Hello everyone, it's Small Farmer 6710. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to day 2 on the big 132 model farm diorama display. It's currently moving into springtime on the farm, so which means the land is getting a bit more workable and all the farmers are out and about doing springtime jobs, which is nice to see. So there's a lot going on this episode, so let's get into it. So as you've just seen, PJ has just left his yard, his old farm, and he's drove up the road and he's come to his abandoned farm. Now, as I said in the last episode, his farm is only 20-minute drive away over the mountain from Finbar's farm, so it's only 20 minutes up the road, and he's after coming down here to the abandoned farm he's after inheriting last episode. And he has the 3C here already, and he's gonna jump into it and get a start to removing a bit of the bushes, making the yard a bit more cleaner. And he'll be working at this over the next few weeks, and then he's gonna start into getting the machinery going, see if they fire up and all. So he's gonna be quite excited to see that, all the machines going and things like that. Be nice to see this Massey 1200 go as well, as it's quite a rare articulated model. Not many were made. So that's it there in PJ's abandoned farm. Not much to say really, but he's going to be working at this with the 3C. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few weeks, next few episodes. There's a farmer passing by in his John Deere 6420S. And nothing happened in the derelict house either. Moving down the road into the block of land that the dairy farmers have taken, Robert. We have the two tractors out in action here today, the two main tractors. So we have the 8560 on the slurry tanker this time. Last episode the Ford 8210 was on it, but because the 8560 is a small bit quicker on the road and a bit more comfortable, Ryan said he'd put the 8560 on the front of it. But yeah, he's just spreading away there today, getting the last of the slurry out onto the land. As you know, fertilizer is quite expensive, so they're trying to get as much slurry as they can on the field as possible before spreading away fertilizer. But over the hedge we have Robert, the main ploughman. He's starting into this field here, which last episode they spread the muck on, and it's just all spread there now. And yeah, Robert's just gonna get a nice seed bed, get the sods turned over, and the muck will be nicely ploughed into it. Then over at the junction here we have one of the milk lorries just turning around. Here we have an outside farmer that has land taken here. He farms a good while up the road, but he's come out here with his John Deere 6930 and the horse 6 meter drill. He's come in here to put seed into this field here. He's put in some spring wheat into this big field. So he's just turning in there now. I think last episode they were cultivating it with a Fent 820 or 818. Yeah, that's his gear now, a very nice example of a 6930. Over here in Finbar's farm, he's taking it easy today. The tractor isn't out, but the sheep broke out, so he's gonna put them back in the field. The dog doesn't know what to do. He wants a pet, but yeah, he's gonna move the sheep and the ram back into the field or move them up the mountains. Just after coming out from a cup of tea, so he's not too busy today, but he's still keeping going, as the fella would say. But yeah, all the other sheep are happy out, and he's getting through the silage bales. Not much action up the mountain either. We have a nice Massey Ferguson 675 with a Belmac side muck spreader just coming down the road here. Very nice example, must be restored recently, it's very spotless. Moving into the contractor's farm. Michael and James are flat out today. As you see, not much machinery in the yard at the moment, which must mean only one thing, that all the tractors, machinery out and about, flat out, flat to the washers. So yeah, we have Michael in the T7 260. I think last episode I said 270. But yeah, T7 260 Black Power. He's going off on a big mission. He is the 8-ton JCB in the dumper, in the NC dumper, and he's moving it to a new job which he's starting, and we'll keep him busy for the next week anyway. He's just moving out. All the rest of the machinery is parked up, like the fusion, the mowers in there, and the machinery for reseeding, which might be coming out there next week for a bit of grass reseeding or a bit of spring crops. But yeah, over here we have James in the John Deere 7610 and the NC dung spreader. He's not afraid to give a full load on this spreader, that's for sure. He has it full up to the top, and he's given the John Deere 7610 plenty of stick anyway, flying around the bend. He's just spread a bit of muck for a farmer that has land quite a bit away. Then we have one of the other drivers that drives part-time during the weekends and whatnot in the T7210, just removing the last of the silage bales from this field and bringing them over to the farmer, which will be following the 7430 that's on the road at the moment. Yeah, that's the T7210 on the double bale lifter. It's a Nugent. So that's about it there on this side of the farm. James and Michael are fair busy. Finbar is taking it easy for today. But Robert and Ryan are fair busy today as well. And same with PJ.
Over here with David and Nigel, contractors, they are doing umbilical slurry, and we've one of the workers here in the Fence 724 and the Joskin umbilical system. He's getting on very well. And we have David here. He's in his brand new Hurleyman tractor with his NC slurry tanker. He's after buying this tractor, and he was after trading it out for he sold his McCormick MTX 175, and as you can see, it's not that old, and he has it very dirty. He's doing a lot of work with it, and he's very, very impressed with it. And you might notice the John Deere 6920 is not on the Joskin umbilical, and that's because they have sold on the John Deere, and they said they'll just use the other tractors they have in the yard. So the McCormick MTX 175 and the John Deere 6920 are gone, but there are two animals of yokes there doing the slurry. We've the New Holland 8870 and Red Rock 4,000 gallon tanker. Nigel is in this, and he is just getting the digestate, and he will be just they're taking turns between the Hurleyman and the New Holland, just switching over so the umbilical man isn't put to waiting. Moving on, we have the local boy racer just flying it down the road there, and we have Ian. He's just after parking up the New Holland T6, and he was after doing a bit of road sweeping as someone was hauling muck through here, spreading muck, and the council just got in contact and said, would you be able to do a bit of sweeping? And Ian said no bother, and he's just after parking it up for a few minutes. He just has to go home because there's a young student, a work experience student, doing the milking, and he has to push in the silage for the cows. So he's gone home to do that, and he'll be back. Moving on to the John Deere 7430. We've Michael and James contractors here. We've one of the weekend workers here in the John Deere 7530. And they're moving a few silage bales Just they're selling a few to a local farmer that's low on silage, and he's getting on well. 50k down the road, around the bend, no bother to it. Moving on to the farm. We have Eugene here, a local farmer named Eugene with his dites, and he is borrowing the Red Rock trailer. He's borrowing the Red Rock trailer from Robert. He wants to cart a bit of dung, and yeah, he's getting on well. He just has to do it now. Himself and Robert get on very well. They kind of lend each other the machines when they need them, but he's going to be going off with that. Along in the shed here, not much has moved. The Kuhn air drill is after being parked in, and nothing going on in the workshop. Everything is in top notch, and they were giving it a tidy earlier in the week, but everything is just the same there. Owen K is parked up, and the class rake. Over here we have the David Brown. It's just ready to do a bit of scraping, just when the cows are going in for the milking. And we've the work experience student bringing in the cows, and Ian is here in the John Deere teleporter. He's going to check on him once he gets going with the milking, but he knows his stuff, to be fair to him, and he's going to get on well, hopefully. Yeah, Ian is pushing in here, and we have a look in here. Calves are happy. He was just after feeding them, and they're all going in there. Moving on. Over here we have one of the sons here is just shifting the digger here. He's just loading it up with the 8210. It's his first job with the 8210. The digger, the Komatsu PC 130, was just parked in here in the field, and they're going to be doing a job. He's just getting it ready for them. They're going to be clearing off dirt off a site to put in a shed, so he's loading that up. No bother to him so far. He's getting on very well with the Ford 8210. Moving on to Agrico, just down the road. We've the Doosan dumping a bit of stone here after coming up from the quarry, and we've the New Holland teleporter loading up the fent. So the local plant hire contractors are after coming in, just getting a bit of drainage stone for a job they're doing. And the New Holland's loading them up, and it's expensive stuff at the minute, but he's gonna have to buy it. Everything in the workshop is going on good. He has a few pallets and fertilizer there, and around feeders. Moving down into the quarry, the machinery is parked up, as after it's doing its day's work, it's pretty much finished up for the day. But that's it around Agrico, the dairy farm, and down here, and the rest of the model farm.
So that's the end of the video, guys. A lot happening, as you see. Nice to see the spring work taken into action, and closer to summer, as you know. So that's about it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed, and as I say, if there's anything you'd like to see going on, please let us know in the comments below. So hope to see you again in the next video for episode 3.
Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye for now.